Imagine being able to change lives because your life was once transformed by a big opportunity. That's the story of a phenomenal young woman who went to Academic City University, Janice. We'll be delving into that story shortly, but this is the Stories Made Here podcast where we'll be learning about the life and lessons of Academic City University alumni. Welcome to Stories Made Here, and today's discussion we're going to have with us a very outstanding person. Well, I like when I'm around here because she's very knowledgeable. She's done a few things that I wish I'd done when I got the opportunity to do them. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and go straight into today's conversation. But what we do here is we allow the guests to introduce themselves and something interesting about them. So, hello.
Hi.
Introduce yourself and something interesting about you.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. So my name is Janice, MFA Kwame. Some people call me Janice, some call me MFA. I currently work with Technology Advantage Group as an enterprise systems engineer. So one interesting thing about me is I like to walk or hike. So every Saturday I'm going up the every mountains, walking and hiking and keeping fit. So
right. So you are into tech?
Yes, I'm into tech. I'm a tech girl.
Right. And the not so obvious question, if you weren't in tech, what else would you be doing?
I think I would have gone into the health sector. I might have probably been a doctor by now. Yeah.
I mean, you make a good doctor. I haven't seen your handwriting before, but I'm sure you would.
I have a really good handwriting.
Let's talk about projects you've worked on. Okay. What is one project that you've worked on that made you realize you still wanted to do tech?
So my capstone project, right, which is my final year project, is the one thing that made me realize that I'm not just studying engineering, I'm actually becoming an engineer, because in that project, I was solving a problem and not for a specific group of people, but for a large audience, and that's Ghana in Africa. So it was a smart meter project. I was utilizing AI to help, power distribution companies to identify illegal connections and stuff like that. And that's a major problem in Ghana.
Very much.
So that's doing that, coming up with my research and then actually implementing the project is what made me realize that, okay, I'm in this for the real deal.
Right.
Yeah,
you established that it made you realize that that's what you wanted to do. Yeah. How did you overcome some of the challenges? Assuming you had challenges, how did you overcome some of them?
Okay, so the one challenge that I've had to overcome, even in my early career journey, is communication as an engineer.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of the times we engineers tend to solve the problem, but you have to learn how to communicate that solution to an audience. So that because they're the ones going to use your solution to have an impact.
Right.
So that was one gap I had. I struggled with it for a bit, but working in Technology Advantage Group right now, I was mentored into communicating with clients, making them understand the solution. And so at the end of the day, my solution is impactful and not just like a solution. Yes.
So you can say confidently that there's currently a tie between the kind of engineering you did here and how it's benefiting you where you work.
Yeah.
So let's talk about where you work now. What exactly are you doing? And let's intertwine what you did here, even with maybe a project, into how you're serving there.
Okay, so like I mentioned, I work as an enterprise systems engineer. So what I do is to make sure that every system that the company is using is running, because once the systems are down, business doesn't continue. So when it comes to the communication tools we use, whatever software we are using, I make sure that all these systems are running. I also lead a project that we are working on right now. We are building an HRMS, like a human resource management system. Yes. So I'm the project lead for that. And that also comes with project management, leading people, making sure systems are working. Yes. So one thing that I picked from ACT that's helping me in my current role. You see, you can't go to ACT and not be like a problem solver, or even a critical thinker, and not even just a problem solver, but an innovative problem solver. So one thing that I picked from here is I find very innovative ways of implementing projects, of doing my job or doing my duties. So that's one thing that I'm very grateful to ACT for.
Okay, so you're an innovative problem solver.
Yes,
Is that what sparked your interest in the Hoko Endowment Fund?
You could say that.
So tell us a bit about it. What is the whole concept around it, and how did you get in?
Okay, so the Hoko Endowment Fund is a non-profit organization. The idea is to get the interest of people living in the rural areas, is to get them very interested in education. It starts from my hometown. I come from Tengbe in the Volta region, and there's a lot of teenage pregnancy, drug abuse, people are not really understanding the impacts or the need for education. And so the fund is sort of a mentorship program. It's supposed to inspire these kids to let them know that they have like a lot to aspire for. So what we do is every year we organize examinations for them. That's for people in primary 6 going to JHS. It's an essay exam where we let them write about what they want to be in future. And then also we give them an essay question concerning things happening. So for instance, last year was a question on Galamsey, right, because that's what was trending there. We wanted to know how much they know about what's happening currently. Yes. So that scholarship exam helps us identify the really bright ones who can't really further their education because of financial issues or family issues. And then we support them through to university.
That's smart.
Yes. So that's really what the program is about. It's just to show these people from especially the rural areas that there's no limitation for them. They do not have an excuse. So we bring in mentors to talk to them, doctors, engineers, lawyers, to show them from like their area. So to show them that I was in your shoe, I was like you. So if I can do it, then you can do it. So that's basically what we call it.
No, that's very touching. So you're a very hands-on person and let's say giving back kind of person. And let's try and relate it to how the scholarship from Academic City allowed you to shine of sorts, because you've been able to access such an opportunity and you've gone back into your community to give such opportunity. Was this how you were before the scholarship?
As in how vocal I am?
Yes, let's talk about pre and post scholarship.
Okay, so before I came into Academic City, I was very shy. I was a timid person. Not because I didn't believe in what I could do. I just didn't have a social life. I just didn't like being around people. But ACT said no. They pushed that out of me. Okay, they appointed me as Deputy Women's Commissioner. They pushed me into doing competitions. I did a lot of like competitions. I think that's one thing people here know me for. And I'm really grateful for people who pushed me to go into those competitions, because it broadened my knowledge and it put me out there. So before ACT, I was shy, I was timid, I didn't want to be around people, but now I'm more vocal, I'm more confident in what I'm doing or what I do, and that's just me. That's just the change.
I like that. Let's go back in time a bit. Let's look at little Janice from pre-Academic City and now. What is a few lessons that you're able to get along your lifespan? Let me not limit it to only Academic City, but maybe what were some things you picked up that Academic City kind of polished, and now you're excelling in the spaces you find yourself because of it?
Okay, so there's one thing, right, is Academic City taught me not to be afraid to go for something. I shouldn't limit my scope. The fact that I'm doing engineering doesn't mean that's what I'm supposed to learn alone. I was able to diversify into different areas. I was an executive for Happiness Club, for instance. You know, Happiness Club, for you to be an executive, you must be out
fun,
there.
Right.
Yes, you must be fun. And little me wouldn't like imagine me being there. So Academic City or life has taught me not to limit my exposure or limit my chances. Go for what you want to go for. I remember there was a time when I was young, I wanted to be a model. Then I wanted to be a pilot. Then like there's so many things that you can do. It's not what you studied in school
Right.
that you need to, or that's like your life
Right.
path. So that, I think that's one thing life has taught me.
No, that is smart. So what you're saying is you were able to get a guide into what you kind of wanted to be. It shaped you a little into what you're doing now. And no, that's very smart. Now, maybe before we end, what is one thing you'd tell a younger person looking at watching this video currently and maybe looking at us on the website or seeing some of the magical things you're doing? What's that one thing you tell them about Academic City?
Okay, so I would tell anyone looking to, or who is looking to come into Academic City, or who is considering Academic City, that it's really not, it's not a mistake to join. Initially, when I joined, my parents were a bit skeptical because it was a fairly new institution and they were worried about the prospects that I might get after. But Academic City has really shaped me, it has groomed me, it has made me ready to be future ready, like we always say. And so don't fret. When you come here, you might not even know what you want to do immediately, but just try a lot of new things. You will eventually find where you belong. And like I mentioned earlier, don't be limited in scope. You are doing engineering doesn't mean you shouldn't join debate club.
Right.
You are doing finance doesn't mean you shouldn't go to the workshop to see what is, because then one thing about ACT is there's a lot of interdisciplinary activities that
Right.
work. You're a business student, but you're working with a tech person, because without the business person, your product is not going out there, or your solution is not going out there. So just don't be afraid. ACT is a very good place for you to build your future.
Last question. If you got to swap roles with anybody in, should we say Academic City? If you got to swap roles with anybody in Academic City, who would it be? It could be a student, it could be a lecturer, it could be the security, it could be anybody. Who and why?
Okay. So I think I would swap places with my mentor. That's Dr. Lucy.
I had a good guess.
That's Dr. Lucy. I see the way young girls like us look up to him, and I want people to look up to me like that. I want to be where she is and even beyond. And so if I were to switch places with her right now, I just want to know how it feels to be someone like her. I think that's something that would motivate me to even work harder.
Right.
So yeah, she's the one.
I know I said it was the last question, but this question just came up. Now, you've won a couple of competitions, you've won some awards in Academic City, or even in your life. What is that one award you won that meant extra or so much to you?
This is a tricky question. So I think when we were doing the GE competition, yes, so this award was unexpected, and that's why it still holds a place in my heart. I won outstanding student award, and that was just because during our presentation, we had technical issues, but we were still able to flow. And I think I was the one presenting at the time, so I didn't matter that the screen was not showing. I was still able to present the solution for the judges to understand what we were talking about. And that award was just too unexpected. I'm like, okay, people are secretly looking at you. Right. So I think that's the one award that
I think I like the end note to what you said. Quite a few things you said today. People are secretly looking at you. So some awards would matter. Well, everything would matter, but that award for MFA was very outstanding because she was able to do it unexpected, or she didn't expect that she was going to get it. Now, that was an amazing conversation. Like MFA said, don't be limited in scope. Do it regardless. You've got this. My name is Archibald Nico Tiamonkoti. This has been Stories Made Here, and I was joined by Janice MFA for a very, very thought-provoking conversation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you're updated anytime there's a new upload. We'll catch you in the next one.